Hello everyone, and welcome to Bioscholar. Today, let's talk about the urinary system, one of the major organ systems in the human body. It plays a vital role in maintaining the body's internal balance, especially through osmoregulation and the removal of nitrogenous waste products like urea. Without this system, the body would be unable to control water levels, electrolyte balance, or eliminate harmful toxins. The human urinary system consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, the urinary bladder, the urethra, and a rich network of blood vessels. The renal artery carries blood to the kidneys, not only for filtration, but also to supply oxygen and nutrients to kidney tissues. After filtration, the renal vein carries the purified blood away from the kidneys and back to circulation. The kidneys are bean-shaped organs that play a central role in filtering the blood. They remove excess water, salts, urea, and other metabolic waste products, forming a fluid called urine. From each kidney, urine flows through a long, tube-like structure called the ureter, which transports it to the urinary bladder. The bladder is a muscular, bag-like organ that stores urine temporarily until it's ready to be released. The final part of the system is the urethra, a narrow tube that carries urine from the bladder out of the body during urination. In this way, the urinary system maintains internal balance and helps the body eliminate harmful toxins, quietly working every day to keep you alive and healthy. In the urinary system, the most important and primary organ is the kidney. What if I told you that your body has a built-in water purifier, a silent guardian working 24/7 to keep your blood clean and your body balanced? Meet the kidney, a marvel of biological engineering. Its intricate structure supports one of the most essential functions in your body, filtration. As mentioned earlier, the kidneys are located in the abdomen, but more precisely, they lie in the retroperitoneal space, tucked just below the rib cage on either side of the spine. These organs are bean-shaped, 2 in number, and each is about the size of a clenched fist, weighing approximately 120 to 150 grams. Despite their relatively small size, the kidneys are biological powerhouses, receiving nearly 20 to 25% of the heart's total output of blood. That's a quarter of all your circulating blood being filtered constantly, a clear indicator of how critical their role is in maintaining homeostasis and overall health. The kidney is enclosed in 3 layers: renal capsule, adipose capsule, and renal fascia. Renal capsule is a tough, fibrous covering that protects the organ. Adipose capsule is a fat layer cushioning the kidney, and renal fascia is an outermost layer anchoring the kidney to nearby structures. These layers guard the kidney and fix it in position, because even nature knows how valuable this organ is. Internally, the kidney has 3 main regions: renal cortex, renal medulla, and renal pelvis. Renal cortex is the outer reddish-brown layer where filtration begins. Renal medulla comprising on 8 to 18 cone-shaped structures called renal pyramids. These contain the loop of Henle and collecting ducts. And last is renal pelvis, a funnel-shaped cavity that collects urine from the pyramids and channels it into the ureter. Each pyramid ends in a renal papilla, which drains into minor calyces, then into major calyces, and finally into the renal pelvis. Like a well-organized drainage system, every drop of urine is efficiently directed out. But the real magic happens at the microscopic level, inside nearly 1 million nephrons per kidney. Nephrons are the functional unit of kidney, silently carry out the work of filtration, reabsorption, secretion, and excretion. Each nephron is made up of 3 key parts: the renal corpuscle, the renal tubule, and the collecting duct. First comes the renal corpuscle, where the process of blood filtration begins. It consists of 2 main components: the glomerulus, a cluster of capillaries where blood pressure forces water and small molecules out of the blood. The Bowman's capsule, a cup-shaped structure that surrounds the glomerulus and collects the filtered fluid, known as filtrate. Next is the renal tubule, a long, twisting tube where the filtrate is refined. It has 3 segments: the proximal convoluted tubule, where most of the useful substances, like glucose, amino acids, and water, are reabsorbed into the bloodstream. The loop of Henle, which dives into the medulla and creates a salt gradient that helps concentrate the urine. The distal convoluted tubule, where further balancing of salts and pH takes place. Finally, the filtrate enters the collecting duct. Although shared by multiple nephrons, it plays a crucial role. Here, the final amount of water is reabsorbed depending on the body's needs, and urine is formed. The collecting duct carries the urine into the renal pelvis, from where it moves to the ureter. Together, these three parts of the nephron ensure that the body retains what it needs, and removes what it doesn't. A typical nephron performs four major functions: filtration, reabsorption, secretion, and excretion. It all begins in the renal corpuscle, where filtration takes place. As blood enters the glomerulus under pressure, water and small solutes like glucose, urea, and salts are forced through the capillary walls into Bowman's capsule. Larger molecules like proteins and blood cells remain in the bloodstream. This filtered fluid is called the glomerular filtrate. Next comes reabsorption, which mainly occurs in the proximal convoluted tubule. Here, about 65 to 70% of the filtrate, including essential nutrients like glucose, amino acids, sodium, and a large amount of water, is reabsorbed back into the bloodstream. As the filtrate travels through the loop of Henle, more water and salts are reabsorbed, helping to create a concentrated urine. This is crucial for preventing dehydration and maintaining water balance in the body. Then comes secretion, where unwanted substances such as hydrogen ions, potassium ions, and certain drugs are actively transported from the blood into the tubule. This process mainly occurs in the distal convoluted tubule. Finally, whatever remains, water, urea, and other waste products, is passed into the collecting duct. This is where the final adjustments in water content are made under the influence of hormones like an antidiuretic hormone. The result is urine, which is then sent to the renal pelvis, and from there to the ureter for excretion. In short, the nephron carefully filters your blood, recovers what your body needs, and removes what it doesn't, maintaining electrolyte balance, fluid volume, and pH, all while eliminating waste. Although all nephrons perform the same basic functions, they are not identical. There are two main types of nephrons in the human kidney: cortical nephrons and juxtamedullary nephrons. Cortical nephrons make up about 85% of all nephrons. They are found mostly in the renal cortex and have short loops of Henle that extend only a little way into the medulla. These nephrons handle the majority of blood filtration and reabsorption, supporting routine fluid and electrolyte balance. In contrast, juxtamedullary nephrons are fewer, about 15%, but they serve a specialized function. The glomeruli lie close to the medulla, and their loops of Henle are very long, reaching deep into the medullary region. This unique structure allows them to create a strong concentration gradient, which is essential for producing concentrated urine and conserving water, especially during dehydration. From cortex to pelvis, from nephron to ureter, every part of the kidney is optimized for its purpose. It's not just a filter, it's a biochemical lab, a control center, and a waste disposal unit, all in one. Without it, life simply cannot go on. Understanding the structure of the kidney isn't just a biology lesson, it's a deeper appreciation of how brilliantly our bodies are designed. So, the next time you take a sip of water, remember the guardians quietly doing their job inside you. But what happens when this important organ fails? Click here to learn about dialysis.